Hello, everyone. So, 8 months. We're at 8 months of this weight loss crap. And this was the weirdest month by far. Well, all right, the first month was the weirdest, but this one, there was just a lot of inconveniences. Let me get off to. It's like I got some good news and bad news. Good news, I did the gym a lot. Bad news is I did put on some weight, but I'm still fine, as usual. Pictures. Back in October, this is what I looked like. And from the side as well, and I was 255. This was last month. I had a good month last month. Let's see. And from the side, and I was 195. And now this month, I got back up to 204. Kind of like 2 months ago when I gained weight again. But, well, I'll show some more here. This is like the updated. It's kind of hard to tell a difference. Again, there's the color differences. My phone's weird. But it's kind of hard to tell a difference at this point. A little wider, I guess. That could be like the aspect ratio of the camera. But yeah, I mean, it beats this, right? And then from the side, you can't really tell much of a difference. I feel like my arms got a little bit leaner. And that was the good news for the month. And yeah. But the reason it was a weird month is because I remember I started off not great, but then for 2 weeks in the middle of the month, I did really, really well. But I mentioned there were some inconveniences. I not had to, but, and I don't want to word it as inconveniences, but there were two things I had to do this month. We went up to Boston it was basically for 3 days, for my cousin's daughter's first communion. So we all went up there. It was very, very nice, but I didn't exercise. I didn't eat well, but, and then a week later, we went down to, the Jersey Shore for my niece Natalie's first birthday. She's 1 already. Can you believe it? And we did a lot of walking. They had a heated pool and stuff, but we still didn't eat well, and some life patterns were off. I got out of routine quite a bit. But there was also another. Let's see, where is it? Right here. Content-wise, I did Left Behind for a majority of this month. Now, when I was learning Remake Left Behind, it was fine. But when I got back to like Remastered and PS3 Left Behind, I just wanted to grind at it so I didn't have to do it anymore. And I ended up right about here. Like up until this point, I was doing really, really well. But then I did a 17-hour stream. I got to bed at like 10 in the morning that morning. And then from this point forward, I've just been picking up the pieces, trying to get back to a sense of normality. And yeah, overall, with regards to the gym and stuff, like overall this month, I still did the gym. I'll never not do the gym. But most of it was weights. There are two things that I overall neglected, and that was cardio and my diet. I kind of relapsed a bit in regards to both of those. I'm still having a hard time, like, finding the right balance between leg day, because I really like leg day, and cardio. Because one kind of makes you a little bit too tired for the other. Like if you overdo leg day, your cardio that week, first of all, you're not going to do it as much, and when you do it, it's not going to be as good as if you did like a less leg day. So I'm still trying to find the right balance. If I do it 3 days a week, it feels like too much. If I do it 1 day a week, it feels like too little. So something I've been doing, or something I'm going to start doing, is doing leg day on Monday. I like starting off the week with leg day. I just do. Monday, I do leg day. And then Tuesday night, I do leg day. Wednesday, I have off. And then Thursday through Sunday, I do my cardio. I haven't tried that yet, but I think that's going to strike the right balance. Because you do cardio, that's a leg day. That's a leg workout. But I also like pumping iron, leg press. I'm up to, like, I did a lot of, I did very little cardio, but I upped my leg days. I'm at the point now I can put 4 45-pound plates on each side for an inverted leg press. That's about 360 pounds. And I'm doing it with relative ease. And it feels good. It feels so good. So I've been doing that a lot. I've been doing the weights. Been doing a lot of weights. So obviously that's not going to reflect well on the scale. But one thing that, I don't really have excuses for is my diet kind of suffered. Again, I was doing well for a while, but then that 17-hour stream spiraled me back into my old habits. It doesn't take much for me to revert. That's a big reason why I still continue to make these videos, to hold myself accountable. It doesn't take a lot for me to go back to how things used to be. Unfortunately, I can say this. I don't think I'm ever going to get to a point where dieting and exercise is the norm for me. And I feel like others can relate to that. It's always an effort to go to the gym, to have that grilled chicken instead of that pasta. That's going to be a lifelong struggle. It just is. And I can say for the last week, I have not done a good job with that. But even just making this video now, it makes me want to, starting tomorrow, Sundays, I'm recording this on Sunday, and Sunday is always my cheat day. But starting tomorrow, Monday, it's a work day, scheduled to do leg day, and I have a steak ready to go. It's like I'm ready to get back in the good patterns. And honestly, a part of me is still recovering from that 17-hour stream. I know that was like a week and a half to 2 weeks ago, but God, that really fucked me up. I went to bed at like 10 a.m. and woke up at around 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and then did more attempts. And then when I was finished, I was starving, so I had a pizza. That it also like permanently made me wake up a lot later than I was and want to. So that really fucked me up. I'm almost like recovered. It's not like a recovery, but like I'm getting back into the patterns I was doing before I did that stream. So, yeah. And again, I haven't incorporated it yet, but I want to start to do 2 days of leg day and then cardio the rest of the week. Because 1 feels like too little, 3 feels like too much. And if there's one thing I need to focus on is cardio. It is the best thing for me. For some people, some people in comment, I do read all your comments, by the way. For some people, they have a problem with being too light and they want to put on weight. And that's a very interesting, that's the biggest opposite problem that I have. So I have a hard time relating to that, but it sure is interesting. And so my problem is, I'm too comfortable with the weights and the stuff that kind of put on weight. And I struggle with the motivation to do the things that would make me lose a little bit of weight. Because I don't mind being 204. If I ever get over 205, that's when I need to be like, all right, you got to work a little bit harder than you were. So again, I'm right at like the borderline to where I just start to feel uncomfortable. But yeah, just like I said 2 months ago, I'm not worried. I put on a little bit of weight. I'm not worried because the way go back to August or September of last year, the way I was living was I did not go to the gym for an entire year and I didn't know how to cook. So I ordered pizza and pasta for almost every meal. I'm so far removed from that. I use my George Foreman almost every day. I'm doing the gym almost every day. Almost. And even though, again, this month I put on some weight, most of it was because of some inconveniences. I got out of routine. 1, because of 2 mini family vacations, and the other was a stream that I really should not have done. So those like 3 things combined, I got out of routine. If I sort of like plan my week out ahead of time, I'm usually pretty okay. So I'm not worried. And I'm just, again, getting around to where I want to get back into that routine again. So yeah, things have been better right now, but you always end like when things aren't going that great, you just look forward to getting back into that good pattern that much more. I'd say that's the biggest change compared to 8 months ago. Even though I did revert, it's a lot easier to get back on the right path. Whereas, not doing the gym for an entire year, going back that first day is tough. It's very, very tough. But when, dieting and exercising is still, even though you wavered from the path a little bit, it's still relatively fresh in your mind. So it's a lot easier to get back on that good pattern. I'd say that's the biggest difference. And we're going to start up with that again tomorrow, so. Yeah. Here's something funny. I, again, have committed a lot of my time to upper body. Let's see. Is there anything there? Yeah. Yeah, there's a little something. Not as much as I would have liked. Ooh. Definition. I've been working the triceps a lot. Yeah, I feel good. But there's this one thing I do at home. It's one of those like wrist weights where you like squeeze and squeeze. My dad had one for a long time and he gave it to me a couple years ago. I've had this for a while. I broke it. See, right here. This is where the fingers go. And this right here is where you would do that, and you would squeeze and squeeze and squeeze. I broke it. My wrists are too strong, man. Too strong. Where's my controller? Yeah. I just like manhandle these things. So, yeah. These months where I don't deliver like the greatest or best news, I don't want anybody to worry because I'm still fine. Mentally, physically, I'm okay. Like I mentioned, I'm coming out of a little bit of a bad pattern, but I'm going to change up what I do with my lower body and see if that helps because I need to start doing cardio. I don't think I did a single day of cardio. Well, when I was on vacation on down by the Jersey Shore, they had a heated pool, and I swam like 2 days in a row for like 40 minutes. It was fantastic. Of course, we ended up eating pizza later that night, but still. Yeah, we walked the boardwalk, which is like a 3-mile walk, and I swam. We did that both days, and if I had daily access to a pool, I would be like in the 160s weight-wise, because I don't really like biking or running. And you wouldn't think this of me with my like body type, but I love swimming. And it's a shame because it's like the best it's the best physical activity. It is. I just kept going and going and going and going. I'd take a minute to catch my breath, but then I'd just go again. And I never have that motivation when I'm on the treadmill or on the bike. Oh, that's the one thing I wish I had is access to a pool. Like my community pool is going to open pretty soon, but it's only open for like 3 months and it's outside and it's not heated. And oh, if I had, oh my God, I'd be in such good shape. But whatever. So my goals for this month, keep up with the weights, but add more cardio and focus better on the diet. That's really what I have to do. Mainly add more cardio, focus better on the diet. If I do those two things, I'll lose weight. Plain and simple. And again, we're not as focused on the scale anymore. And even just every month, I'm increasing my weight for the things that I do at the gym. Back exercises, pull downs, incline chest press, bicep curls. I keep saying it every month, but I'm lifting now more than I ever have, and it's the truth. I just keep like moving up in my weights for whatever exercise I do. So while the scale shows a negative, I am improving in some things. And as long as I keep improving in something, that's fine. I improved in something in a bad month. That's the way I look at it. If I focus all my effort and energy on the good things, I'll be just fine. So this is one of those things where it's like I don't really have any like prior commitments planned for the month of June. My dad and I are seeing a comedy show, and I think I'm going to a minor league baseball game. And no, there isn't really much. So this is one of those times where really no excuse. No excuse. If I show up next month and I'm not below 200, then yeah, that's a epic fail. All right. So yeah, that's about all I got. And even just now, I'm looking forward to getting back on that good grind. So, yeah, look forward to month number 9. I think it's going to be a good one. It might be my best. It's going to be my best. All right. I'll see you guys. Bye.